Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, December 21st, 5:38 a.m. Central Time as I speak here. March corn futures up 1 at 6.53. January soybeans up 6 1/4 at 14.84 3/4. March Chicago wheat up 2.5 at 7.53. March HRW wheat up a nickel at 8.52. March spring wheat up 1 1/4 at 9.17. We're going to start off with the wheat market today. The risk of winter kill exists for large portions of the U.S. winter wheat crop this week. Some meteorologists and agronomists estimate that 20 to 30% of the U.S. winter wheat crop is at risk this week amid a forthcoming multi-day freeze event. Key HRW wheat areas in the southern and central U.S. plains are probably your big problems here. You're going to see sub-zero temperatures in a lot of these areas beginning on Thursday, and those temperatures will run through Friday and most of Saturday this week prior to a warm-up. The map on my screen here is what's expected to be the low temperature tomorrow. So you're talking even in Kansas, 10 below zero in some areas, down into Oklahoma, single digits, Texas, single digits. Nebraska will be worse, 15 to 20 degrees below zero. Same for South Dakota. So this is going to be a nasty deal. Not only are the freezing temperatures a problem, lack of snow cover in a lot of these areas is also a problem. So there are a lot of issues with this U.S. winter wheat crop. You got to remember that we went into the winter months with some of the worst winter wheat ratings on record because of what's been a multi-month and ongoing drought in a lot of these areas. The market doesn't seem overly concerned, and maybe it should be, I don't know, but wheat futures have acted poorly as of late. I think anybody who's tried to buy wheat has been burned very badly here. When you look at the temperatures versus production density, I mean, where is most of your winter wheat grown in the United States? Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, this area. And then even up north, I mean, parts of Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, they're going to have nasty cold temperatures also here during the next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So there's some risk here. We're not going to see another set of U.S. winter wheat ratings until April. The market doesn't seem to care about this. Maybe it should. I don't know. Meteorologists and agronomists absolutely believe that there's some sort of problem here, but we'll see what happens. Remember, if you guys are listening on the podcast, appreciate it. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop me a comment. All of that stuff will help YouTube to help me to grow this channel. If you'd like some additional information from me, visit my website, www.standardgrain.com. Check out my premium subscription service today. I send my premium subscribers a ton of information direct from me every single business day. Morning email goes out about 5:30 a.m. Central Time. In that email, you'll see every overnight headline you need to be aware of. Charts, graphics, weather information, all of my grain marketing recommendations. My daily subscriber-only videos are part of this deal. Yesterday, we did a seasonal study of soybean basis. When is the best time of year to set soybean basis? I was actually somewhat surprised by some of the results here, but in any case, if you guys want to see this more in-depth stuff, there's new videos every day. There's an email every day. You can sign up today. It's $50 a month. Cancel at any time. No other fee, no other obligation. Nobody will try to sell you anything else, I promise. Ukraine's President Zelensky is set to meet with President Biden in Washington today. Zelensky said on Twitter that the visit was to strengthen resilience and defense capabilities of Ukraine and also to discuss cooperation between his country and the U.S. Zelensky reportedly is going to address the U.S. Congress in person. This is his first known trip outside of Ukraine since the war began. This trip comes as U.S. lawmakers are set to vote on another $45 billion Ukraine aid package, and also as the Pentagon prepares to send this Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine. Russia has been very critical, especially as of late, of the U.S.-Ukraine relationship. One Russian official said this week that the U.S. is party to the war, and I don't know that I can disagree with that given all of the aid and weaponry that we're sending over there. But could this meeting provoke additional Russian action? I don't know. The markets and the grain markets in particular are just absolutely exhausted of this story. They don't care anymore. If you're going to see a reaction in the grain markets as a result of the Black Sea, you're going to need to see a real material disruption to exports out of either Ukraine or Russia, and you just don't have that right now. Chinese soybean imports from the U.S. declined in November. Chinese imports declined by 7% out of the United States versus the same date last year. Imports from all destinations declined by 14% in November versus the same period last year. The lag in Chinese imports of U.S. soybeans probably has something to do with the Mississippi River situation and the low water levels that we saw in September and October. Overall, Chinese soybean imports from both the U.S. and Brazil are down versus last year. Through the first 11 months of the year, Chinese imports of U.S. soybeans are down 12%. Imports of Brazilian soybeans are down 8%. Traders will continue to watch Chinese economic data, COVID news, all that stuff for signals regarding Chinese demand, I suppose. Argentina crop estimates are falling. Well-followed crop scout Dr. Michael Cordonnier pegged the country's soybean crop at 45 million metric tons. That's one of the lower estimates that I've seen printed as of late. USDA is at 49.5, and they didn't adjust it last month. I imagine that they will in January. Cordonnier cited problematic weather. Argentina started very dry. It's experienced significant planting delays in regard to soybeans. They've seen some rains here as of late, but it's still very much a problem. They do have some rain in the forecast, so this is expected accumulation between now and December 30th on my screen. And you're going to see some decent but scattered type stuff depending on the location across corn and soybean country in Argentina. When you look at the side-by-side and you look at the map versus production density, I mean, some of these areas here could catch. It could be a half inch. It could be 3 inches of rain, depending on how this system shapes up. Most of this stuff is going to occur. Accumulation is going to begin around Christmas or just before Christmas here coming up. U.S. home construction continued its decline. Residential housing starts were down 0.5 percentage point last month to an annualized rate of 1.43 million. Single-family home building dropped to an annualized rate of 828,000. That's the lowest since May of 2020. Applications to build fell 11.2% annualized. Permits for single-family homes fell by 7.1% to their weakest level of 2020. So it's probably not a secret here why we're building less homes and there's less home buyers. I mean, drastically higher interest rates have slowed the housing market. And in addition to that, I just think sentiment among builders, home buyers has declined drastically as recession talks swirl. So this is all a result of the Fed and higher interest rates, I think. January grain options expire Friday, guys. Make sure you take a look if you have any remaining open positions. We have a normal trading week this week, so the markets will close at their normal time on Friday. Following Friday's normal close in the grain markets, we will reopen at 8:30 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday morning. We get Monday off. That's our off day for Christmas. Cattle market was mixed yesterday, or marginally lower in live cattle, higher in feeder cattle. Not much cash trade to speak of. Again, on Friday afternoon, we have a cattle on feed report, also a hogs and pigs report. U.S. dollar's a little bit higher this morning. Stock market's up a little bit. The S&P's up 19 points. The Dow's up 240. Gold's down $3. Crude oil's up $1.26. In the March WTI, 77.49. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow.